Silay city known as the Paris of Negros. A place where history whispers through ancestral walls and culture thrives in every smile of a Silaynon. But behind its timeless charm lies a story, a legend that gave Silay its name and continued to live in the hearts of its people. This is the story of Kansilay.
Para bang hindi mo nabuktaw, where are we going? Amarjis na din?
As part of our anthem documentation project and readings in Philippine history, our group embarks on a journey in this historic city, not just to see the site, but to listen to the stories passed down to the generations. We came here to learn more about the history of Kansilay, her roots, bravery, and now her legacy, which continues to shape the Silay we know today.
In the local tale, Kansilay was a beautiful and courageous princess, a symbol of love and sacrifice. When invaders threatened her people, she chose to fight. And though her life was taken, her spirit lived on. From her name, Silay was born, a city that carries her strength and grace through time.
And with that, we interviewed the chairperson of the Negros Occidental Historical Council to ask some information about the real and raw history of Kansilay.
So I am Niel Locsin. I am the chairperson of the Negros Occidental Historical Council. I am also with the Public Information Office of the City of Silay, and I consult on heritage conservation in the City of Silay. Silay came from a tree. It's called the Kansilay tree or the Cratoxylium sumatranum. It's a native species of tree that grows a lot in Southeast Asia. That's why Sumatranum, because its origins in Sumatra, in Indonesia. But it's very Southeast Asian. That story is a legend. That means it's not true. A legend is just a story created by the locals to explain their origin. So the story of Kansilay or Princess Kansilay, which we adapted with the Kansilay Festival, is a myth. Myths and legends are based on history. Silay, during the Spanish colonial period, during the time of the Spaniards, is always raided by Moros from warriors from Mindanao, because that is part of Spanish war of Muslim and Christianity. Usually the men will defend, but of course eventually they die, and sometimes without choice the women will take over the leadership of men when their men fell in battle. These stories was passed down from one generation to another, and eventually it became it became a myth and legend. And of course, our storytellers would like to put in magic in the story. Storytelling, our mythology is part of our heritage. The storytellers base the story that when this lady died, when this princess died, a tree grew, and that was the first Kansilay tree.
For you, sir, do you find it fascinating about that myth?
Yes, I find it very interesting because it is passed down from one generation to another, and it was embellished. It is also based in history. It changed the name of Silay. Before, Silay is called Carubco, called the Encomienda de Carubco. Eventually, when the Spaniards abolished the Encomienda system, they made Silay a pueblo. And because people are calling this place the Kansilayan, or place of Silay trees, we started to call our town Silay. That is historical. It's just through storytelling from one generation to another for hundreds of years. And eventually, every generation that passes it on embellishes it with their own. Because usually, they will just gather around an old person and they would listen. So when it's being passed on, gadugang-dugang na ang istorya. Eventually, in the 1980s or late 1980s, the Department of Education and the government established the festival so that there's just one uniform literature or story. And that is the legend of Kansilay that you see every June 12 being performed in street dancing and festivals. It is a story of pride that in history, despite the warriors from Mindanao raiding Silay, the town stood up. So for more than 100 years, we're being raided and we have been defending our community for hundreds of years, and finally we won. Well, the Kansilay Festival is celebrated. It's one of the major festivals in Negros. It has won awards nationally. It unites us because the barangays would compete. So it develops our talent in music, in dance, in choreography, in so many ways.
Centuries later, her history still blooms. In the Kansilay Festival, in songs, and in the pride of every Silaynon who remembers where they came from.
In rediscovering Silay's story, we uncover more than just a legend. We find the mirror of Filipino courage and the enduring spirit of a community that never forget its roots.
This is Silay. This is Kansilay. The woman, the story, the heart that keeps beating for her people.